Hey everybody, it's FANzine Live. It's Tom. I'm not really in a normal place right now. It's spring break here in Central Ohio, and my daughter, my loving daughter, decided to pass on a family trip to join me at space, for which I passed on a family trip. And so she's home alone, and all of her friends are off traveling and doing whatever they do on spring break. So I'm here on the pitch as she's getting ready to lob soccer balls at me so she can practice on her goal kicks. Least I can do as a dad. Yeah. So I'm not having tons of time. Do you want to wave? Wave, wave to the camera. Yeah. So I'm going to be a good dad because she was a great daughter, and I'm going to do this stuff. But what I was going to say was, I got about 500 or so videos that I'm sure many of you have not seen. So I'm going to dive into the archive and tack this onto the front of one of them. And so you can call it reruns if you want. I'll call them greatest hits. I hope you enjoy. And hello everybody. I am going to be doing a classic zine video with you today. This is Tom, and we are going to be looking at a classic zine that I literally picked up at a bookstore just outside the Classic Fish Market in Seattle over spring break. I was looking for a place in Seattle that might sell zines. This particular store was identified. It was close to the market, so we watched them throw the salmon around and then ran over and checked out this bookstore. And I got to be honest with you, this is an interesting zine. It's not truly a zine. As you can see, it is a paperback book, probably 100 and some pages if I had to guess. Yeah, 143 here, and there's more to go. So about 150 pages of zine. It is called Stolen Sharpie Revolution. It is a DIY resource for zines and zine culture. I'm going to be honest with you. I have very mixed feelings about this book. First off, let's talk about the size. Quarter page mini comic here. My hologram counting the days that I've reviewed recently. You can see the book actually is the exact same size as a mini comic, which is kind of neat in its own right. But I'll get to the mixed feelings. And you can see Stolen Sharpie Revolution. The reason why I'm calling this a classic, having just purchased it brand new, is that this is the 6th edition. And it's published by Silver Sprocket, who is a great publisher of different types of zines and small press comics and the like. But you can see that he was doing his... I'm trying to make sure I get the right date on this. I'm missing it. 6th edition. Okay, so anyway, what I'm going to say is this. We're talking about what the Stolen Sharpie Revolution is. And he's talking about this creator, Alex Wrekk, out of Portland, is talking about it. He says it's not just about zines, it's about being conscious of the world around you. He's talking about recycling and salvaging. He's talking about being environmental and conscious consuming. He's talking about that in itself being a craft and part of the art form. it is presented in a way that really merges the two. Now, I have absolutely nothing wrong with environmentalism. I have nothing wrong. I have no negative opinions about recycling, about environmentalism, about sustainability. I have nothing wrong with the way in which he designs his book. What I do have a problem with, though, is suggesting that there is one way to do it. And in a weird way, by striving for authenticity, I honestly think it becomes almost a little fake. And it's, as a child of the 80s, this reminds me of all the kids walking around with black Doc Martens on, or the kids who would wear Ramones t-shirts. Zines and zine culture, in my mind, is about the medium, and you can apply any culture you want to it. Great example. FANzine 2 did this digitally. It is as clean a book as I could make. It too, though, is a zine. This is a bit of a joyous mishmash of styles. It too is a zine. But to suggest that one is a zine, perhaps if unintentionally at the exclusion of the other, I'm not sure I buy that. So, putting all my cultural issues aside, this is a good book. I can't believe I'm really saying it after savaging it as hard as I just did. But what I'm going to say is, he's talking about what a zine is. Printed, self-published creations that can consist of a single zine of paper or many fastened together, usually with staples. This is a nuts and bolts type of book. The what, why, what, where, and why of zines. The next step, how to make a zine. Tools, writing, layout. Talking about things like fair use, copyright, Creative Commons, cut and paste layout and photocopier art, zine sizing and layout templates, where and how to print your zines, crafting, paper making, block printing, binding, getting letters going out, making community, how to do distribution, zine events, and other stuff. This is really, really valuable material, especially for people who want to get started making zines, or for people who perhaps want to up their game. It's fantastic, going into why would I want to make a zine, giving you some ideas, things to help you start writing. Keep a notebook, think about your audience, never underestimate the revision process. The only deadlines are self-imposed. That is true, because when you're writing a zine, it's not an issue for anybody except you until it gets printed. Images. You can draw, you can do cut and paste design, you can obviously do a scrapbook type design, how to do zine layout, copy machines. He talks about making sure to leave a little bit of a margin, not having those bleeds going all the way to the edge that you get when you have the luxury of a professional printer. Great case in point. FANzine 2, notice I've got my margins around the edge. Even in the middle, I was able to get rid of the margin here because it's a centerfold, but I still had to have my margin running all the way around the edge. So, okay. Zine layout, where were we? Now talking about the copyright issues and how to use it. Really some interesting stuff, even all the way down to how to make the copyright symbol on a computer. On a PC, hold down these keys. On a Mac, hold down these keys. I mean, he gets really deep. Cut and paste style. Some neat stuff there. Photocopier art, how to get different textures by playing with that. Zine sizes, full size magazine, 8.5 by 11 or more or less. Half size or digest, the half page digest, like say FANzine 2. Half legal, take your legal page. fold it over. It's more of a square-ish type of thing. And then the quarter size, which is this. Quarter legal. I mean, you can see you've got tons of options. Layout templates showing you how your piece of paper really is 4 sheets when you fold it. And so how to make sure that you get your pages lined up, front cover, back cover, same pieces of paper. You can see how he shows you how to do your templates. How can I afford to print them? Zine covers, binding ideas, different types of printing. I mean, this is really good stuff. Block printing. Sewing your pamphlet. He calls it pamphlet, bookbinding pamphlet stitch. And you can actually sew rather than staple your zine for a different look. I mean, this is really cool stuff. Making your own paper. I mean, give me a break. Make your own paper. But people do this, and their zines are all the better for trying different things. Writing to zinesters. The Zinester's Guide to the U.S. Mail, all the way down to the letter requirements. Lord, the number of answers I've had on Facebook about that are just crazy. Postal service, mail crafts, mail art, resources, more ways to participate in the community, promoting your zine, distributions, pricing, payments, consignment, invoicing. I mean, these are all things that you can consider. Zine events like zine fests or conventions. Things to do when you're there. What to do. Bring small bills. Yes, yes, yes. Bring small bills because a lot of zines cost if $1. Tabling. What should I bring? How should I set up? Organizing zine events for the truly brave among us. Things to do before, during, and after the event. Zine readings. Going out on tour. July is International Zine Month. Who knew? Zine libraries and creating one. Zines in the internet. Zines versus blogs. And then general online resources. One thing I really do like about this is, and the author says it way back at the beginning, they realized that in order for this book to stay relevant over time, the resources, the online resources change in the zine world so quickly that it doesn't make sense to put it in print. So StolenSharpieRevolution.org has the updated list of resources, but there are a few that are pretty neat, and they're in here as well. And that's it. Oh, it's Alex. Excuse me, and Alex is a lady. My bad. It's a good book. I just wish that from a cultural point of view, it wasn't quite so exclusionary. But if you want information on how to make and improve and get your zines out, I think it's really hard to beat this. This is really good. I'll put a link in. You can actually pick it up on Amazon. It's $10. Worth every penny. So enjoy. Go make your paper and sew up your zines, and you'll have yourself a Stolen Sharpie revolution. Thanks again, everybody. Hope you have a terrific day, and I will catch you next time.